for Norway. The stage where England fell 4
years
ago
baby.
to France. In the heat and the humidity of South Florida. The countdown to kick-off underway. Away we go at the iconic Miami Stadium, host to 6 Super Bowls over the years, but hasn't had too many occasions like this. Bellingham finds Elliot Anderson. And the first touch for Mark Gay. Gay alongside his clubmate John Stones. The pair of them only played 8 minutes together in the Premier League for Manchester City alongside each other this season. That was in May, but they have experience of playing together in an England prior to tonight.
Yeah, I suppose that would be the one question mark over the relationship between the two of them. Certainly at club level, but also international level, they have played together. But how's that going to gel together? The good thing is, in some ways, they're coming up against Erling Haaland, who they both know very, very well.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's plenty of familiarity, isn't there? Neil, the goalkeeper, who used to play in England. You've got the likes of Martin Odegaard,
come feed the Japanese.
To name but 3, as well as Erling Haaland, who play their trade in England.
Yeah, so England will know them very, very well, as will the Norwegian side, that is England side. It's new territory for both these sides in terms of they've never played each other at a major tournament. So for Norway, not only quarterfinals, but at a major tournament to play against England. And vice versa, so it's going to be a really interesting one. I think you can throw form got out the window.
O'Reilly back into Anderson, who's just moved to Manchester City in a British record transfer from Nottingham Forest. First touch of the ball for Noni Madueke. Looking to cause problems with his pace. Not close to finding a teammate in the middle on this occasion, but he's up against David Muller-Wolfer of Wolverhampton Wanderers here in this first half, the left back for Norway. You could have his hands full here trying to keep tabs on the Arsenal player.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt Noni Madueke's got a lot of pace. Question mark will be that delivery in the box we just saw there. It's about the occasion, being, calm enough when you get in that position, whipping a really good ball into the box. And it's going to be difficult against this Norwegian side, as they're really, really big as well at the back.
A little bit wayward off the boot of Anthony Gordon. He steps in. As Gordon looks for Harry Kane. Beaten to it by Christopher Ayer of Brentford in London. Here's O'Reilly, and now Stones. Of course, Stones and Gay in the middle of England's defence up against Haaland, a player they will play against every day of the week in training.
Yeah, it will be. That's where there are advantages. There's also knowing what Haaland can do, what his strengths are, but also then understanding how they are able to combat that. And for Haaland, he'll know the same thing about Gay and Stones. He'll know where he gets the better of them at times of training, and I'm sure that happens as well.
Collected by Esri Konsa. Little touch from Declan Rice, who's certainly been under the weather this week.
Yeah, it's always going to be a challenge. The deeper they go into the tournament, you're going to have these little challenges along the way. Players getting ill, some little knocks, fitness levels in terms of extreme conditions, playing in altitude, now coming into the humidity. That's going to be a challenge for England, and also Norway have had their challenges along the way with the different climates.
Yeah, we've spoken about Kane and Haaland, the two strikers, but big battle in midfield as well between two club teammates who have got the utmost respect for each other, and Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard too. That could be key, that area of the field.
Yeah, two very different types of players, aren't they? I mean, Declan Rice is the one that's going to look to try and shore up that midfield, along with Elliot Anderson next to him there. They're the engine of the England side. Break-up play, but also then looking to get the ball forward quickly, and Odegaard is the playmaker. He's the one that Norway turn to. And of course, Erling Haaland will be looking towards him heavily for that service.
Here's Konsa, who's acting as a makeshift right back today, but has played at right back before. And the last time he did so actually was for England in last October's friendly international against Wales. He's done it in the past for Villa as well on occasion. Gay Swiftly in, gets the deflection for an England throw.
What we already see is Norway seeing a 4-1-4-1 formation. Sander Berger's the one that likes to sit a little bit deeper.
Too far in front of Jude Bellingham. Boyan Neelan with a comfortable first touch of the ball. Now venturing forward, Berg sends it on its way, away to the far side. Muller-Wolfert. Eggham's in there alongside Ayer. Odegaard dropping back. Ryerson available on the near side for the pass and receives it. Sorloth trying to get on his bike, and O'Reilly in the right place to intercept. Gordon running into a spot of bother there against Sorloth, who was too strong and looks for Haaland, and Stones was there, and Rice completes the clearance.
Yeah, I just think Sorloth just got the pass slightly wrong. He looks to try and go on the outside of John Stones, needed to look to play in behind him. Haaland was making a really good run sort of diagonally across the box there. I think John Stones, had the ball been on target, it would have been a very difficult one to defend against.
Stones starting for the first time since the opening match of this World Cup when England played against Croatia. Mark Gay then coming in alongside Konsa for every other game until today. But there's that defensive reshuffle following the red card for Jarrell Quansah in Mexico last weekend.
I think it's one of the big reasons why John Stones is actually in this squad. His versatility, his ability to come in and off the pitch. Yes, on and off the park, starting lineups, coming on in games when he needs to. And he's got the experience to deal with it.
Decent ball, just got away from Anthony Gordon for a moment, but Payne finds Nico O'Reilly. Here's Anderson and Rice available, but Madueke collecting. Flag has gone up on the far side. Promising move comes to nothing for England. Free kick for Norway.
Yeah, all Norway trying to keep the line as high as possible. That ball has been on a couple of times. We've already seen Elliot Anderson play that ball to Noni Madueke. You can see it's just strayed a little bit on the offside, but it is a good ball. It's the right move. And we'll see England try and play that more often in this game as it goes on.
They've got a few injured players that they need to manage quite carefully, haven't they, England? Bukayo Saka being one of them.
Yeah, very much so. That's going to be the challenge. The longer you go into tournaments, that's always the way. You're going to have players with injury issues.
Konsa being put under pressure here. Ball's at the feet of Haaland, sending it back in. Sorloth was in the middle, and Bellingham has it now for England. Superb World Cup he's had so far, Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, it's very, very good play from Jude Bellingham. Holds his ground very, very well. Keeps control of the ball, doesn't panic. He knows what no one really to play the ball to, just uses his body strength really well to maintain possession and ultimately win that free kick.
England just a little quick with the free kick for the liking of referee Clement Turton.
There you go. Odegaard, a little bit of a talking to, because you just saw that anyone wanted to take a quick free kick. And Odegaard just poked the ball away, and he's just giving a little bit of a word saying, actually, I want to know the opportunity to do that, otherwise next time we'll probably go into the book. Gordon
trying to get the better of Ryerson. No draw on this occasion. He's put in a couple of good performances, though, Anthony Gordon, in the last two matches, which has cemented his position for now on the left-hand side for England, ahead of Marcus Rashford, which hasn't been the case throughout this World Cup.
No, he started the first game of the tournament. I thought that it was definitely not his best game. And obviously Marcus Rashford came in for him, and then I think started the next game. And then he's obviously come back into the side, and definitely his performances have grown. He's gotten better as this tournament's gone on.
Box up like, wait!
Here comes Sorloth. England doubling up rather nicely. Don't be surprised if this match takes a little while to come to the boil, despite the hot conditions here in South Florida. In the matches that these two sides have played at the World Cup finals this summer, combined, there's only been one goal scored in the first 20 minutes.
Well, you could say they're a little bit of a slow burner, both these sides, finding their way in the game, and obviously, at this stage of the tournament, often it's a bit cagey for both sides, trying to feel their way into the game.
Bain spreading it away to the far side. They're looking to get Madueke involved in the match wherever possible. FIFA President Gianni Infantino here for this one, alongside His Royal Highness Prince Haakon, the Crown Prince of Norway. Place to burn there for Madueke to win it back for England. Declan Rice.
Such an important part of the game, having your wider players track back, try and make a difference in terms of winning back possession in a good area.
Bit of space here for Nico O'Reilly. Can he make the most of it? Good challenge by Aya to reclaim it for Norway, and maybe the chance to break. Solo. This is Sander Berger. Egham having to leave it for his captain, Odegaard, who's had a very good World Cup. Into Reyersson. Here's Solo. Certainly another goal threat for Norway, Alexander Sorloth. Not all about Erling Haaland. He's scored 20 goals this season, Sorloth, for Atletico. Half a dozen in the Champions League. Shelderup, the one change coming into the team today for Norway, the Solbaken's team. Shelderup in for Musa, who's on the bench. He was their one player on a yellow card. England have Nico O'Reilly, Declan Rice, Mark Gay and Jude Bellingham, all a yellow card away from a suspension.
This is what we should have been us in the final.
That's out by Konsa.
Then the clash was say, but it can't really punch him on uniform. Then the clash.
Reyersson is Solo. And Riley put to close him down. Sander Berger, who's been playing in England for the last half dozen years with Fulham now, but formerly with Sheffield United and Burnley as well, and it's too long.
We've noticed some.
Phineas Williams here, enjoying this World Cup quarter-final.
What I see with this at the stadium here in Miami is the tempo of the games are generally a bit slower build up, more concentration of just trying to get a bit of field position and then looking to try and hit teams lifting the tempo all of a sudden. Counter-attack football, Norway will see that probably more of. They did that against Brazil. England will look to be more possession and try and find gaps, find those little pockets. Anthony Gordon, Jude Bellingham.
England were just over 60% of the play so far in the opening 14 minutes of the game. Gay. Anderson again, they're going to look for Madueke over on the far side.
Into the water, right?
Ezri Konsa. This is Gay. Rice makes himself available. Steady pace in the humidity in this opening quarter of an hour. Everyone knows it Could be a long match ahead. Konsa.
Somebody's here.
Anthony Gordon's just wandered into some space on the near side if England decide to switch the play. Norway Madueke. Patient possession from England. Now they switch it to Gordon. Ryerson swiftly across. Gordon's away, and England will have a corner kick, their first of the match.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to look at a slow build up, and all of a sudden it's going to be a quick turn of pace. Anthony Gordon does well. Ryerson comes to him. As he comes in, he just lets it touch it. Slightly get 1-2 of himself around him, gets on goal side. It's very, very difficult there for Ryerson to give anything away other than a corner.
He was pretty good at set plays back in the day, wasn't he, David Beckham, in an England shirt? First corner is easily cleared, but
I have them 3 kind.
it will be England's ball over on the far side.
Yeah, disappointing delivery. Can't beat that first
boys.
postman. Needs to get more height on it. Or at the very least, if it's a set, like a worked corner, they've got to have that runner get in front of that Norwegian first line of defence to get the flick on.
We're over a quarter of an hour into this match. England haven't touched the ball inside Norway's penalty area as of yet. Rice. Anderson. Gay. Madueke up towards Bellingham, and Torbjorn Hegem momentarily retrieving it for Norway. They're happy to just sit back for the time being.
We saw them play like this against Brazil. They did it very, very effectively. And don't see it changing anytime soon. They'll look to try and conserve energy, wait for the right moment to try and win back possession, and then hit them on the counter-attack.
See the position very much dominated by England so far. 65% of the players. Anthony Gordon sent it in. It was towards Madueke. Gordon challenging again. Collected by Declan Rice. Konsa. Norway happy to soak it up for now. Elliot Anderson. The ball from Bellingham. Challenged by Shelderer. It's been something of a stumbling block for England, the quarter-finals at the World Cup over the years. They failed to progress from 3 of the last 4 matches in the last 8. Did beat Sweden in Russia in 2018, but it was a 2-1 defeat to France 4 years ago in Qatar. Anthony Gordon tries to find a way past Ryerson. Here's Stones. Space for Anderson. Anderson's delivery's not a bad one. Bellingham tried to get his head on it, and Madueke was racing in on the 6-yard line in the far post area.
Yeah, it's the right idea. Quick ball in behind. They looked, no space, bring it back, and then there's that quick delivery. It's got to be with pace and accuracy, because Norway have got a clear advantage from the height perspective. Jude Bellingham just couldn't readjust in time, and Madueke in the end left a little opportunity to get anything on the end of it.
Well, he's had a shoulder problem in the not-too-distant past, Jude Bellingham. Let's hope there's no issue for him going forward. Well, one in the air by Rice. Odegaard gets a flick off Bellingham. Referee Turpin awards Norway the free kick.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's something more damage by the quantity there. The mercy of God making evil could have been able to produce
Worth noting though that it was the other shoulder, the other side, where he had the problem before, he had the operation. Ball, Rice finds Kane, first touch for England's captain near the area, can't find a way past Aya. Well, it nearly unexpectedly opened up there for England.
Yeah, Norway tried to play out, didn't they? And then England just shuffled across well. Put pressure on the ball, won it high up, and there's that quick ball into Harry Kane. Just felt you wanted Harry Kane to get a little bit better touch, bit of turn of pace, take on Aya on the edge of that box. Anything can happen. Instead, he chose to look for a reverse pass that was quite easily cut out by the Norwegian defence.
Mark Gay for England, winning his 35th cap in this match. Norway happy for England to have the ball for now. Ezra Konsa. Almost all the play here in the opening 20 minutes inside Norway's half of the field. Not a great deal of it inside their penalty area.
So the penalty, you got you know, say Kane will come penalty. Let me the penalty. Yeah.
Just one touch in Norway's box so far in the game. O'Reilly looks to potentially change that. Well, neither of the two headline strikers have seen much of the ball here in the opening quarter of this match. Just 9 touches between them up to this point. Gordon faced by Grierson. Here's O'Reilly. Adeweki beaten by the bounce, and David Muller-Wolfer with a chance to clear.
That's right idea. Adeweki makes the run. He gambles a little bit, has to sometimes. Unfortunately for him, it just takes a pretty big bounce and over his head. And the ball in the box was also another good one.
Back with Bellingham, who sends it Konsa's way, and Madueke in from the start today in place of Bukayo Saka, who started the match in Mexico and lasted nearly an hour. He's on the bench. Mark Gay. O'Reilly. Going to get away from Sorlock, faced by Rierson. Little exchange there with Gordon. Promising, but Madueke forced a little bit wider than he would have liked. Drilling that one in, O'Reilly! Almost able to get his right foot round that, but didn't have very long to think about it and react.
No, he didn't. I don't think he was going for goal. I think he was trying to take a touch. Madueke does really well. Firstly, you feel like it's almost gone past him, and then he manages to gain control of the ball. Quick move it down to the byline, he whips in that cross. It's a really good ball, such a difficult area. Nico O'Reilly, I think he's just looking to try and get a touch rather than finish.
England exploding into life there as we head for the hydration break.
All right, so quick, good. Because you're in the angle of it, guys. They're on a hydration break. I heard it sing a love song. I heard it Dish, tell a friend for go around the back. And stop her nice. Deshaun, turn it a little bit, baby. Say now, 10. Oh, come back, guys. Sorry.
So more or less ready to start again now. The end of the first half hydration break. Chance to just cool down a little for a few moments and take some fluids on board here. Much needed on a night like this, or a late afternoon, I should say, like this, 5 p.m. local time, the kickoff time. The earliest of the kickoff times we've had here in Miami, and nothing between these two sides, and barely an opportunity to score a goal worthy of the name for either of them so far.
Yeah, you can really feel what's at stake here. It is a place into the semi-finals. Both sides obviously desperately trying to find their way into this game, wanting to make sure they conserve energy and wait for the right moment to go for it. Certainly Norway, they're happy to sit back, worked hard off the ball, but just compact and made it difficult for England.
A special year for Norwegian football, special World Cup, their first trip to the finals since they played at France in 1998. Madueke doubled up on and easily relieved of the ball by Andreas Schelderup of Benfica. Patrick Berg will venture forward here and find Haaland. Muller-Wolfe. He's a little bit loose there. England with the throw, quick to take it, lovely touch from Bellingham, runs into Aya, referee was right on the spot, free kick England.
Yeah, good refereeing, right on the spot. Bellingham just gets the touch ahead of Aya, and then he cutters into him. It's a free kick in a really dangerous position for England. And it all comes about because that really quick throw-in, quick thinking.
But it was possession that Norway didn't need to concede, Mark.
Yeah, that little phase where they had a little bit more possession, sometimes that can happen. All you've done is work hard on shuffling across, closing down the angles, making it difficult for England to play through you. The only way they've got to do is play around you, and then all of a sudden you get a little phase with a bit of possession. Sometimes you can just be a little bit wayward, lack a little bit of concentration. That was certainly the case at that moment. I mean, Sheldon up there gave a bit of a wayward pass.
On deck here for Norway. David Beckham watching on from the stands, how he'd love to be down there with the ball at his feet in that sort of position on the field. Payne and Madueke either side of the ball. It's Harry Kane for England, and it was rising all the time.
Yeah, right idea. Get it towards the goalkeeper's side. It's a little bit too close to the 80-yard box to try and get up and over with any real pace. So England had a little bit of a wall in front of the goalkeeper's vision. Unfortunately for England, Harry Kane just gets too much underneath it.
I'm hungry for it. I am hungry.
Hegem skipping away from Madueke. Muller-Wolfe, Schelderup. Is Torbjorn Hegem. Aya.
Look at water of something like and them move more like move
Them know them are doing the ever said that. It's all
like what them do to
Verdegaard, tiny sort of return to fitness and form for him. He had an injury-interrupted season with Arsenal on the road to lifting the Premier League title. Only starting 16 of the matches in the league this season, had a knee problem along the way. There's Rierson, who plays in Germany with Dortmund, and Berger. who's a steady presence in the deep midfield area. Aya. Nicely done, clear of Bellingham and Gordon. Sorloth. Ryerson. Odegaard, Sorloth. First time we've seen Norway venture forward for a little while. Berger's ball in, the little flick there by Schelderup.
You hear them, and now he's on him.
And the pass to put pressure on Konsa, but Pickford saw that coming.
Yeah, Konsa does really well. He sees the threat running in behind him. He knows he's got to keep himself in the right position. And something very was coming in behind him, as you know, was Muller Warfare making that late run into the box. And Konsa was very, very aware of where he was, and he was grateful his goalkeeper Pickford made the decision to come out and collect.
New national record, 18th appearance at the World Cup finals for Jordan Pickford today. Anthony Gordon. To recycle the play and to collect from Kane, challenged by Ryerson, free kick. Dived in too much for referee Turpin's liking.
Ryerson's not very happy with that. Pretty silly when he gets the ball. Ryerson certainly impedes on Anthony Gordon there. Gordon was probably a bit fortunate. His first touch was very, very heavy, but adjusts very well.
Over the years and the meetings between the two nations, Norway have won a couple, England have won 7. 3 of the games have been drawn. Norway did win the last competitive meeting, famously in a World Cup qualifier, 2-0 in 1993, ahead of USA 94, when England failed to qualify. It comes from Declan Rice. Also under pressure from Schelderup, but very calm and composed under that pressure. Rice with no passing outlet on the England left here at the moment. Thoughts on Ezri Konsa in the opening half an hour of this match, Mark? You know, moving across into the right-back position.
I think he's done really well. I think he's adjusted well. We saw that moment there where the ball was played in the box. Muller Warfare making that run into it in behind him. He adjusted very, very well. Was very well in the situation. So often we see a player out of position, not really adjusting very well, not used to that sort of running behind.
On to finding Bellingham. Pressure here on Stones, and almost a sudden shooting opportunity for Haaland. Well, England got away with that one as Pickford tries to turn the tables and set his teammates on their way with O'Reilly. Here's Gordon, Ryerson there, winning it back. Good competitive play from Norway's right-back.
Huge moment from Norway. You see Haaland get the ball in that sort of position. Fear the worst for England. And obviously, you fancy Haaland to find the back of the net.
Well, it's turning into quite a tussle between Gordon and Ryerson. Sorloth. The moment there, Haaland's eyes would have lit up at the prospect of that.
Give me the ball.
Yeah, the contrary, you look at John Stones' face when that happened. Yeah, it wouldn't have been but his heart is now for a couple of seconds there. Pickford was very, very alert to the danger and came off his line very, very quickly.
England have conceded 5 goals so far in this World Cup. 4 of those 5 goals have come in the opening half of the matches. Ryerson. There's Martin Odegaard. Looking to be the conductor-in-chief here for Norway, their captain. Aya, Hegem. Muller Wolfe. He's got Schelderup over on the far side. Now in possession. Norway just turning the tables a little bit more now with a little over 10 minutes to go to half-time. Seeing more of the ball. in more threatening areas. Haaland's up. Pickford's there.
Yeah, warning signs for England. First moment to Norway. Played by their own doing.
Playing down under the challenger, Patrick Berg, but here comes Odegaard. Kane still not back on his feet, and it's a goal for Norway! Andreas Schelderup powers it past Pickford. It's a stunner for the Norwegians, and Schelderup, the one player brought into the team today, gives them the lead in Miami.
It's a magnificent strike from Schelderup, right in the top corner. Pickford, I think, thinks it's going wide, and it rifles into that top right-hand corner. Harry Kane just taken out of possession. Have to wait and see what the video assistant referee sees with that one, but from that moment onwards, England just don't really recover. What a strike. I'm not quite sure it's a strike on goal, but it doesn't matter. In off the post. What a finish.
Andreas Schelderup is the toast of Norway. It's only the second international goal he's ever scored. Harry Kane complaining that he was fouled. But there will be no major review of this, and England find themselves a goal down. So Norway with the advantage, with something to hold on to here, and England with work to do. As Pickford sends it long, up towards Kane, and surging into the box is Bellingham.
Yeah, Norway capitalised very, very well. Dispossessing Harry Kane in a very dangerous position. Really see it wasn't a foul from that moment onwards. The delivery in the box turns out to be a wonder goal. That's the push from Jordan Pickford. Just pulls his arm away from it.
That's an awkward fall there for Nico O'Reilly, England's left back. Sorloth there, very frustrated there.
Yeah, he doesn't go for the ball, does he? Sorloth, all he's worried about is trying to prevent Nico O'Reilly from getting the ball.
And there we see the match momentum, but all importantly, it is Norway who have found the back of the net. As the sun appears in Miami, more or less for the first time today, it's been mostly overcast. Madueke losing out to Mola-Wolfer. All kept in play. Madueke doing well to retrieve it. Konsa, Rice. Not the first time England have fallen behind at this World Cup. Notably, they were losing to DR Congo. And two relatively late goals turned the match around. Anthony Gordon against Ryerson, pulled up for the foul.
Yeah, clear foul from Anthony Gordon. England just have to not panic, not lose their heads a little bit, just got to stay calm. A lot of football still to be played.
Foul.
No, man, I can get charged. First, get charged to the court about 30 years.
You're not saying foul.
Only twice in all the years at the World Cup finals of England's come from behind to win a match, having conceded the opening goal. And here come Norway again, and it's just over the top. And a shot from Alexander Sorloth. Another shot across England's bows here late in this first half.
Yeah, strikes it really well. Pickford, I think, had it covered. He was pretty confident this one was going over. Pulls his hand away. Sorloth does well. Difficult chance.
Pickford under pressure. England's cage has been notably rattled here by Norway, who can sense it. Odegaard goes for goal, denied by Jordan Pickford. Really strong spell in the match here for Norway.
Yeah, you can see Jordan Pickford there. Almost starts to go too early. I think Odegaard sees him. He looks to whip it into that near post area. It was just able to adjust in time. Doesn't gather, doesn't make the save cleanly, but it does enough.
Suddenly now, contrary to earlier in the half, Norway's players not sitting back there pressing, they're moving in and looking to harass England. John Stones. Rice. 5 minutes to go to half-time, plus added time. Still England haven't tested Oyan Neelan in the Norwegian goal.
Yeah, England's end product in this first half has been really not up to scratch. They haven't really created any chances. You look at Norway already, created a couple of decent chances.
Ødegaard. Pass loose. Moni Madueke closed down by the goal scorer, Sheldrup. Looking for Bellingham, trying to bring Kane into the game. Comfortably dealt with by Norway's back line, and Ødegaard optimistic there in trying to find Haaland, but John Stones sends it over the touchline.
Who scored? Did you guys score?
And you see Norway's really feeling like there's something else to be get out of this game. England are a little bit at the moment nervy, a little bit second best to everything, but slow to react. Norway has certainly got their tails up after taking the lead.
Rattled by the goal.
They have been. I mean, they've dominated possession, not necessarily play per se, but Norway, and their one real meaningful chance, take the lead.
Interception made by Berger. It's going to be England's free kick.
And it is their own doing. I mean, Hurricane being dispossessed in a really dangerous area, going to ground. We've seen it time and time at this World Cup. It wasn't also a foul. Players getting down too easily. Referees allowing play to play on, which is right. And England get punished for it. Yes, it was a bit of a fortunate strike, whether it was a strike on goal, whether it was a cross. End result is all that matters for Norway.
And Riley. England looking down the near side. Hasn't been a great deal of joy for Anthony Gordon so far against Julian Ryerson. North of Madueke on the England right. Rice. Bellingham. Picking out Elliot Anderson. England looking for a little moment of something special to try and bring them back in this match. Andreas Sheldrup's goal, separating the two sides. It's with Mark Gay away from Ødegaard, almost conceding possession there, and Sheldrup was almost away once more. Bellingham. Trying to find Kane. Well, tidied up by Berger initially. Now the chance to break. Gay's on the deck. Norway are on the march. Here comes Sorloth. Haaland's unmarked in the middle. England backtracking rapidly. Sorloth looks for an opening. And it's a very big block indeed by O'Reilly.
John Stones does exceptionally well. He knows he's 2 against 1. He just delays, so he does not panic whatsoever. And allows England defenders to get back. And Nico O'Reilly's the one in the end that makes a vital challenge. That is brilliant defending by John Stones.
Norway threatening a second goal here late in this first half.
England have just been way too slow to build up. It allowed Norway to get back, get solid. Difficult to break down.
Here comes Anthony Gordon. Now it's Madueke. White shirts appearing in and around the penalty area. And England will have a corner.
Any time that lifts a bit tempo, we're going to get the ball out wide. Madueke getting the ball, taking on the defender, gets the ball across.
Nick Jagger watching on. He's seen a few England games over the years. Won't have got much satisfaction from this one so far. England with their second corner of this World Cup quarter-final. Real thicket of players in the vicinity of the penalty spot, all of them being watched by the beady eyes of Clement Turpin, our referee. Playing towards Bellingham, collected by Rice. Offside.
They're not quite sure what their set play plans are, but so far they have not worked. There's that challenge on Harry Kane, dispossessed. And that's where the ball ends up with shoulder up, and he's cross shot. Jordan Pickford decides to let it go. Comes off the post and ends up being an absolute phenomenal goal.
Well, we're playing a minimum of 4 additional minutes here at the end of this opening half. England yet to really sparkle. England yet to have an attempt on target here in this match, and it all fizzles out again for Gordon on England's left-hand side. Norway defending well here and carrying attacking threat on occasion as well. They generally started their matches well, Norway, here at this World Cup. They've scored half a dozen before half-time now. Here's Gordon. That was well done. Into Jude Bellingham. Bellingham with the equaliser! Come up, England's number 10 yet again. The 3 lines are level.
Yeah.
Fifth World Cup goal in the United States for Jude Bellingham. Right on the stroke of half-time.
It's absolutely brilliant from Jude Bellingham. Anthony Gordon, for once, gets the ball quickly, takes it inside, plays a really good ball into Jude Bellingham. He's got a lot to do. His touch and movement is excellent. We see how, firstly, Elliot Anderson's a ball in behind for Anthony Gordon, takes a really good touch, looks across, and Bellingham is really quick to react, takes a really good touch, gives himself space, and fires it across the face of goal. It's a really good goal from Jude Bellingham.
Well, Jude Bellingham scored twice in the first half in the last match against Mexico. That's a really big strike right there to draw England level with half-time on the horizon. That's what England required after a rocky spell when they conceded that opener to Andreas Schelderer. Anderson finds Bellingham. Maybe England aren't done in the first half yet. Surrounded by red-shirted Norwegians. Here's Kane. It's from distance and it's saved by Nilan, who suddenly has been required to make a save soon after picking the ball out of his net after a very quiet first half up to then.
Yeah, you can clearly see England much more comfortable when Norway try and get a few more players forward. The game opens up a little bit. They're a lot quicker in their transition, in their counter-attack football. And Harry Kane comes into the game and has a decent enough strike. Always expected Milan to make that save, but it's better from England.
Of course, we know how we spot.
Well, in these matches you need your big players to shine, don't you? The margins can be fine, and Bellingham there was excellent once more. Look at the space here for Anthony Gordon. It's amazing how the momentum and suddenly the confidence can flow through the veins of players. It's with Elliot Anderson. England knocking on the door again, almost on the stroke of half-time. It's Kane! It's past Nilan! Oh, what a turnaround! No! The flag goes up on the far side. England thought it was 2-1 for a moment.
Oh, it's brilliant play once again from England. Jude Bellingham at the heart of it once again. This little pass around, yeah, see that, the referee linesman got it absolutely spot on. Harry Kane just goes slightly too early. I mean, the finish is brilliant, but to avail, it is offside. Correct decision.
Well, what a way to finish the first half. It was an excellent call from the referee's assistant on the far side. Plenty for everyone in the stadium to discuss here at the break. There's the man of the moment for England, Jude Bellingham, firing England level in added time at the end of the first half. Andreas Schjelderup having scored for Norway 9 minutes before the break. Solbakken, the head coach of Norway, is out talking to the referee as the players leave the field. At half-time, Norway 1, England 1.
Brought to you by Flow.
Joe Bellingham, I know he'd have score something. Trust me, I know he'd have score something. Come here and say to myself, say, may I hear Jude, so. I'm gonna call something. I don't know. Okay, still. Don't it?
When it finally did, it provided a thrilling finish to the first 45 minutes. Andreas Schjelderup for Norway in the 36th. That man, Jude Bellingham, with the equaliser for England in the first half stoppage time. And so at the end of 45, it is England 1, Norway 1. And yes, the battle will continue for a place in the semi-final. It is Dare to Dream. My name is Ricardo Chambers, still alongside Miguel Coley, Markovic Brown, and of course Andrew Peart. And gentlemen, you could call it a slow burner initially, but it really came to life in the last 10 or 15 minutes of the contest. I'll start with the opening goal for Norway. Error by Pickford or just a brilliant goal from Schjelderup?
I mean, I think...
Don't answer.
I think it's a brilliant goal. You see, Pickford, he wants to be aggressive for the cross. So if you notice, his front foot is going for the cross. I know that ball is basically going over him. So a brilliant goal. Something like Ronaldinho versus England 2002. Yeah, something like that, So look, his front foot is pointing, going for the cross, because he has to be aggressive when the cross coming against Holland. But a fantastic strike.
Was it a cross though? You think?
For me, it's a strike. You notice he doesn't want to wrap his foot around the ball. He's basically hitting the ball, with the instep somewhat.
And also, he didn't look up to see if anyone is in the box. He just put his head down. It's a great strike.
Yeah, there was an appeal for a fallen Hurricane in the build-up, but clearly the Norwegian player got all ball and no man. And so it was Norway who took the lead, but then England responded, and they responded in a big way in the build-up. We spoke about Jude Bellingham and the sort of impact he's had so far at the World Cup. And gentlemen, here was another example.
Sir.
Norway defended 4-1-4-1 or 4-5-1 most of the first half in a medium to lowish block. And this was one of the few instances they became very open, where there was a lot of space separating midfield and defense line. And then this is what England needs to do. I said it from the start of the World Cup. They have to play at a Premier League-like tempo to get the better games. And here they had more space to run into.
But I won't take anything away from the strike.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem here is where the defenders. The moment the ball goes outside, I think you see the player Higgin. He needs to stay inside. He has no need to go outside against the winger. No need. He needs to stay inside. So if you see, this is a goal, yes?
Yeah.
So look. All right. So now Royster, look, the ball play. Now this defender don't need to really go outside and commit. He needs to be a bit more patient. And you call that delay. He needs to delay the player. But now he goes in, locked in on him, and now the ball going inside. And if you notice, Bellingham, for most of the half, because of how England is building up, he's getting a lot of touches the right side. In the last 10 minutes, he goes into the number 10 position. And this is where he's dangerous in terms of his late runs, his anticipation, and his good touches and amazing finish. The goalkeeper had absolutely no chance.
Yeah, amazing finish there coming from Jude Bellingham, his 5th goal of the World Cup. This World Cup, his 7th World Cup goal overall, because of course he also had one in 2022. It's a sweltering heat in Miami, gentlemen. It's 33 degrees Celsius, and I wondered if that had anything to do with the low tempo at the start of the game. We could see things pick up towards the back end of the first half, but how much of an impact do you think that could have on the rest of this contest, given how hot it is at the moment?
Well, definitely it has an impact. And the hydration break is so much important. But again, tactically, you see what Norway wanted to do. Against Brazil, they did this. Against even Senegal, they did this because they're very good at the counter-attack. They go, as Andrew said, in a 4-5-1. But when they changed it was when they went into like a 4-4-2.
Yes,
Odegaard stepped up, and then they started putting pressure against the English team. But this game is about transition. When you can limit England fast transition, or you can limit Norway fast transition, it goes to that part.
Yeah, so 1-1 at halftime, England and Norway. This is the third quarterfinal of the FIFA World Cup. Talia is hanging about on the streets. She was one place earlier. I hear that she's now at another place. She's having all the fun. Talia?
Hi Ricardo, yes, I'm having lots of fun right here in Montego Bay. Now I'm actually at Coral Cliff. I'm now joined by Ian Deere, chairman of Coral Cliff. Hi Ian, how are you?
Hi, great. Welcome to Montego Bay.
Thank you so much for having us. How has it been going here?
Amazing electric environment. A lot of fun.
Lots of fun. I realized that most persons here, they're actually cheering for England. Is anyone rowing today?
There's nobody rowing. Not so far anyway. Yeah, we're all supporting England so far for the most part.
Okay, and tell me now, in terms of what persons can expect when they do come and visit Coral Cliff to watch the World Cup, what is that?
It's a high energy spot, air conditioning, it's a great environment. People are just having a lot of fun, great food, great drinks. And so it's a great electric atmosphere.
Yes, what do you love so much about the World Cup?
Say again?
What do you love so much about the World Cup? I know possibly football, but...
You know, obviously I love football, but it's such a great unifying force. brings everybody together in a space where we're competitive, but it's such a great environment for people to have fun.
Okay. And of course, will you be supporting England to take home the title?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a few others.
Okay.
There could be a few other upsets going on.
Oh!
Yeah.
Any predictions then?
Well, we'll see, but Spain is in the mix, I think. Yeah, so we'll see how it plays out.
Okay, but definitely Coral Cliff is the place to be to watch the World Cup, even the final.
For sure. In Jamaica, if not the West.
If not the West. All right. Ian, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for coming here. Yes.
And we're actually enjoying the hospitality, lots of AC, lots of nice food, and we're enjoying the match. Ian, thank you so much.
Great. Thank you for having us.
All right, guys. Ian, dear chairman of course, right here in Montego Bay. It's all about the World Cup watch party. You don't want to go anywhere.
All right, thank you very much, Talia. Am I the only one noticing that this is probably the first time that Talia is not wearing her Brazil jersey? Listen, you should rep your team, whether they're in or out. Let's go to a break. It's Dare to Dream. Stay with us.
The eat about them man. The eat is on. Eat is on.
Off time.
Off
time?
Yeah, I about time now for them get back in the game. This, you can't, at the first I see look so exhausted. It take a toll from them, grandma. Oh God, they never have no ways, different ways how them can. I say you can't reduce God's son, but they don't have no way. Oh, no. Them for make each time them have kick the ball, them call them and give them a water. No moment, that to me, no one with the time is hot. No moment, I'm being honest with you. Them need more hydration break. When the sun is hot, mommy, them not forget my hydration break. Them just end up and just tell them back, I look up minutes to stop. The whistle blow look up, I stop in the game with them get one when the time is hot. But the part Alan, him look like him, first I see him look so exhausted, man, he get a coat on his ear. Coat can't look so like, no man, move them something they can. A person cannot get them good game when the sun is so hot. Nah, like. If you understand, so I'm so upset with what. When you want to call the company, because everybody will end up and come sue me. A specific company. What you are specific.
And some football match.
May I come this time, you want someone to tell something, your mother, it's not a really 100%, but we will try to play with them. After 100%, I just try to play with your car sometimes. More have a look of son and mom moment, but sometimes there's something great. Eh? But 30% out of 100. But the grace of God will carry it.
31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38.
I'm 30%.
Right.
Where I come. I want to say when the match come on. When the match come, I play with the outside. I want to say when the match come. Reason being, my grandma end up and bake a piece of cake. So.
All we should eat.
You know.
And grandma.
Grandma is trying to say thanks. He said thanks to the cake. I bake, grandma go bake. Grandma go she go on the road.
Grandma, buy a velvet cake. Like that one day.
Velvet cake, the one that she made the last time, like that one day?
Yeah. Remember when Johnny, no, Connor's birthday?
Like that one day?
Mm-hmm.
And eyes and nose.
I just buy the real velvet. Yeah,
Mommy, the gas not have enough thing when I bake the cake. Oh, I Johnny's birthday, but I said I buy one cake mix and you know. For him 18th birthday, you know, you want a little cake for just
what's that coming though?
Come on, I'll be 16.
Oh
my.
At 18.
Oh no.
Almost like I'm going man. 2 more years and in my 20s.
Ooh.
Johnny finished school already? done and finished school already?
Yeah, man. One last year.
So I'm finished high school, college.
I'm finished high school.
Ui. Oh gosh. What's up?
There's no college in Jamaica.
You have college, you have you have other college, you have
University.
You have enough universities out like this. My brother is a computer tech, so he's studying computer technician. Yeah.
Oh God.
Go right.
Kicking changes ahead of the second half. Let's head back to Miami. It is Norway versus England, 1-1.
Broadcast of the FIFA World Cup brought you.
In that first half, and he did it. So, Saka coming on, I think he'll deserve a little bit more down that right-hand side.
Well, the countdown to the second half is on here. Final check of the watch from referee Clement Turpin. 45 minutes for either of these two to claim a place in the World Cup semi-finals and get ready for a trip to Atlanta, Georgia on Wednesday. Of course, we may need an additional 30 minutes, and there is the prospect, ultimately, of penalty kicks if required. All to play for here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how England line up, whether it's Jude Bellingham dropping back into that Declan Rice sort of position and Richie Eze up front, or whether he's going to go with the two number 10s and have Elliot Anderson in the sole one sitting deep in midfield. That looks more likely the case as this game starts in the second half.
Anderson dropping deep to collect possession into Bellingham, who finds O'Reilly. Was that goal from Norway and the reply from Bellingham just what England needed to kickstart them really into life in this game. Kane is fouled. The free kick from England's point of view is in a decent spot.
That's a more positive start from England. If you compare the first 45 minutes when they kicked off, you can see clearly there is a treading on the foot of Harry Kane. Referee's cam's always an interesting one. He's right on the spot, sees it straight away.
Clement Turpin varsity experience. This is the third World Cup that he's refereed matches out. This is his fourth game of this tournament. Second time he's taken charge of a match involving England here in the United States this summer. Declan Rice taking his spot in the dugout for the second half. He's certainly been struggling. He's had a neural issue as well, which he's been managing for quite a while, so he's been playing in quite a lot of pain actually during this World Cup.
Oh my.
Never mind the stomach upset and the illness that he's suffered.
Oh my.
Since the trip to Mexico last weekend. So, an early opportunity perhaps here for England. Eberechi Eze, only just onto the field. Having come off the bench at half-time. Strikes it, and the deflection comes off Anthony Gordon behind for a goal kick for Ian Newland. Should be fresh, Eze. He played for 55 minutes in total here at the World Cup.
Yeah, it's a very positive substitution. Bring on Eze in the second half, sorry. Considering, you're taking off Declan Rice, not even Wecky, you're looking to try and be a little bit more offensive, certainly through the middle with Eze. It's more comfortable through the middle as being wider. Ireland having quite a tussle there with Anderson. Referee quickly on the spot to calm everything down and wisely allowing the game to continue. Get the feeling the first half handbrake will come off a little bit more now, Mark, with 45 to go. Yeah, I think both sides have settled into this game, of course, and England
I think having that half-time break, I'm sure Thomas Tuchel would have been a lot more encouraging of going forward, being a little bit more on the front foot, taking a bit more care with the ball, but also being a bit quicker in that transition rather than just dwelling on the ball and slowing the pace of the game down.
Riley quickly in on Alexander Sorloth, pressure on Ryerson. This is Christopher Ayer. Now tip by Torbjorn Hegglund into Schelderup. Sanderberger. Muller-Wolfer. Okay, across to Bukayo Saka, chasing him down towards the corner. Getting in there ahead of Ezri Konsa.
Yeah, very good work from Saka. Love when your wide players do help out, do get back, trying to help out in defence.
Saka there, I'm on the team.
Into Berger, back with Nealon, who hasn't been called into action terribly often in this match so far. He's looking for Haaland. Comfortable for Jordan Pickford, who looks for England's goal scorer, Jude Bellingham. There's a much greater intensity and pace here, and more lovely play from Bellingham, who brings Saka into the game. Brilliant. I've seen enough in the first half with Saka on the bench.
Yeah, it was brilliant once again from Jude Bellingham. Great skills, tight ball control.
Bellingham furthest forward through the middle as well at the moment there, inside the D on the edge of the penalty area. This is Konsa into Anderson. Gay. O'Reilly getting forward. Opening up in front of Alexander Sorloth. England chasing back. Haaland's touch. Bird going for it. Brilliantly done by Eza. England suddenly turning the tables. Saka, first chance to deliver something in the penalty area, goes for goal. The block is made by Muller-Wolfer.
Yeah, an opportunity to get that ball across the face of the goal. And then he cuts back on his left. He's got to look to try and find that far post area. He goes for that shot from near post that's quite easily covered.
The tension is going to grow with every passing minute here in this quarter-final, but look at the advantage and the space gained by Berger away to the far side, and well, it ended up being a little bit closer than it might have done because Sorloth thought that he'd made a bit of a hash of it.
Yeah, he certainly did. Miskicked it. Almost sneaks in, but not Pickford. Always expected to cover that. This is going to be the challenge for England with the two more offensive number 10s with Bellingham staying forward. There's a forward. Obviously, Elliot Anderson's the only one that's staying deeper. They're a man short in that regard, so they have to be very careful. Someone has to be very aware of that. Wide play on the left order needs to tuck in. Someone needs to come back and help out in defence.
Sizable section of Norwegian fans gathered behind the goal to which they are kicking in this second half. First chance for Norway to apply some pressure, and England's captain Harry Kane with a firm nod clear of his penalty area. Ryerson, good looking ball, Haaland. Corner.
Yeah, difficult chance for Haaland. Ball slightly going away from him. But does well to adjust and get a decent header on goal. Pickford in the end felt like it might have squirmed underneath him. Just gets his timing right in the end.
Well, there's his dad, Alfie Haaland, looking on. Former player as well.
It's better player one.
Yes.
He said, the man that looks so, I'm father.
I like him.
Erling Haaland, of course, actually born in England because his dad was playing there at the time, so born in Leeds. Grierson's delivery just needed a touch, which could easily have diverted it into Pickford's net.
Yeah, good delivery. One of the few we've had from set play so far in this game. Grierson's delivery, that near post area was very, very good. Sillitt's the one that gets the touch. Almost falls for him at the far post.
Yeah, Torbjorn Heggen was just a couple of yards in front of the ball by the time it reached him. England penned in, and referee Turfan has spotted something he's not happy with. Now he's ready. Anderson's trying to keep tabs on Haaland, ends up on the ground. And the shot is saved brilliantly, and it's into the back of the net. It's 2-1.
England scored.
Torbjorn Heggen.
Who scored? One of them scored. Somebody there.
England couldn't get it clear from the corner. Up for the second time in the match. It is Norway who have the advantage.
That's a big moment of the game, isn't it? Delivery again, consistent pressure on the England goal. Another good delivery into the box. And Hagen's the one that reacts the quickest in the end. And that's a good finish. Yes, he gets a bit fortunate with the ball falling straight to him. He still has to adjust really well.
There was a tussle, I think, before the ball actually came in. Watch Elliot Anderson here going down. That was before the ball even came into the box. Well, there he was. Johnny on the spot. Torbjorn Heggen with his first ever international goal. The check is ongoing to confirm the goal will stand or otherwise. It is being looked at by Jerome Brissard and the team in the VAR hub.
It'll be interesting to see how they see this one. The referee's going to be asked to look at it, I think.
Referee's going to come and have a look. It has to be for the challenge on Anderson, who clearly went down after tussling with Haaland.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because we've seen so much of this tournament where players going to ground, the referee more often than not has allowed play to continue.
That's what the referee is looking at. Well, he needs everyone to stand back. This is the view of Clement Turpin, who has seen enough already. We await his verdict, which will be just a few moments away. Big moment in the game, this. Which way will it go?
Review.
No goal.
Number 9 of Owen. Pushed deliberately the defender before the ball was in play.
The foul by Haaland on Anderson.
Corner retaken.
He said goal as retake.
Stays at 1-1. Norway left frustrated.
Too much in it. Too big a push from Haaland. And the referee saw there's a bit of a shot beforehand. And then two hands barely on his chest. Underneath Anderson's chest. He shoves him out of the way.
We're going to be fair, we know we're not biased.
So the referee disallows the goal, but the corner kick will be retaken. Presumably because the foul happened before the ball had been put into play.
Yes.
Okay,
that's why we've gone back to retake the corner.
That's right, the new rule change. It's certainly the one they're refereeing these corner kicks.
Well, England are not out of the woods yet on this set play. What if Norway get up their sleeves here now? More pressure for England to try and deal with. It was aimed towards Haaland, and Bellingham with a little time to send it forward. Norway will get the throw. And Julian Ryerson, the right back, is down and will, it would seem, require some treatment potentially here. Ryerson not looking terribly comfortable at the moment. Played just over an hour against Brazil. This is the third start that he's made at the World Cup. Didn't play in the match before that, and it would appear that there's every chance that Norway might have to make a change here. Well, some of the great Gerda watching on there. Something of a who's who of FIFA legends from over the years inside the stadium today. Players taking every available opportunity to cool down here in the humidity of Miami. Well, Ryerson has the demeanour of a man who might be about to depart the stage here. Yeah, looks like he is. They've got substitution ready. And that is what's going to happen. We're about to see Frederik Orsnes of Benfica. He started 10 matches in the Champions League this past season, and he comes off the bench for the third time in a row in the knockout stages. So an experienced player, central midfielder, Frederik Orsnes. A little bit of reorganisation perhaps for Norway. Bellingham just losing control of the ball. O'Reilly's under pressure. Ødegaard's pass in towards Sorloth, but O'Reilly, the pace of youth, enabled him to get back and claim the ball for England. This is Anthony Gordon. Gay looking for Bellingham, having quite the tussle with Christopher Ayer. Berger steps in. Here now is Hegem, who thought he'd scored. You can see the momentum shifted a little bit. Norway certainly on the up. That goal rattled England once again. We've seen it the second time. Here come Norway with renewed purpose. Berg's ball back to Berger. Ødegaard. Good to Orsnes. Norway winners of 4 matches already in this World Cup. It's the first time they've won that many games to the finals. They've won 2 of their first 8 at the World Cup over the years before their trip to the USA this summer. Looking for the first win against a fellow European nation at the World Cup.
Sunday,
Norway.
Monday, and Tuesday before them play again.
Neelan, who's been with Sevilla the last 3 years, but just left them this summer, having spent most of the season off the bench. Orsnes, the makeshift right back. Sorloth, strong under pressure. Ødegaard harassed a little deeper, but that was very composed indeed, and picking out Schelderup, and Orsnes now venturing forward. Sunderberger. Ireland waits in the middle. Patrick Berg up there on the edge of the box too. Ødegaard looks for an opening. Looks to put it on a plate for somebody. Over it comes. Anderson's there. It had gone beyond the byline.
Norway ran out a little bit of ideas. Slow the pace down. There's somewhat a frustrating end to the match for him. FIFA's president watching on there with the Haakon Crown Prince of Norway, who was up out of his seat a few minutes ago, thinking that his country were leading by 2-1, as we all did at the time. England looking to try and get Saka into the game. Just feel that he would have lost the balance a little bit with Bellingham being so far forward, and then Anderson trying to control midfield by himself in that deep line role. Once Norway beat that first press, acres of room to run into. Good kick for the challenge on Bellingham. He's then denied the opportunity to take the kick quickly, much to his frustration. Steiner Solbakken there, Norway's coach, which you think he'd be very pleased with the way his team have acquitted themselves so far in this match. Swept forward off the boot of Anderson, chased by Anthony Gordon, and behind for a goal kick. Some of the best of balls over the top. Alessandro Del Piero, bottom right. Kakas in there, Arsene Wenger at the back, Cesc Fabregas, back left as well, Yuri Djorkaeff, Cafu. It's a who's who.
On the team, they say, one guy from Brazil, one of them from Brazil. So, emphasize from Brazil, because one of us will say, when we get again. It's so like a number, it is not. Ronaldo. Yeah, Ronaldo and Ronaldo.
25 minutes for somebody to find a winning goal here. The tension's going to ratchet up with every passing minute. Saka, good challenge by Shelderup. Elliot Anderson snapping in, gets it back for England, moves it away from the traffic a little bit. There's some room for Anthony Gordon here. Kane's in the middle, Eza on the edge of the box too. Gordon's done well. What's the delivery like? Not bad. Kane under pressure and losing out, and sent on its way by Shelderup. Pickford's gone for a walk.
Pickford,
John Stones. Yeah, Shelderup does really well. Half-wise there. Kane looks like it's his first touch. He's trying to line up for a strike on goal, and Shelderup was really quick to react. Important challenge in. As expected, it's going to be a tight one either way. This quarter-final between these two. Reminder, it's Argentina or Switzerland for the winners. That match will be in Atlanta on Wednesday. The first semi-final, France against Spain. Mouth-watering encounter in Dallas on Tuesday. See activity down on the bench for Norway, and Alexander Sørloth is going off. We're going to see Antonio Nusa coming on, and we're also going to see Oscar Bob of Manchester City. Oscar Bob coming on. So Sørloth makes way, Bob is on, and Andreas Shelderup is the other player going off. He was brought in instead of Nusa for this game. So two attacking changes by Solbakken as well there for Norway, Mark. Yeah, they want to still keep that energy going forward. They've had a good share of possession, good momentum in this second half. England have sort of faded away a little bit, found it difficult in their own half, and Norway have been very, very positive. To play for 3/4 of the way through the game. Norway 1, England 1.
Them have to give them an hydration break because yeah, we might have one. No. She have back off, huh? She want to play in the plane. Because sometimes when him hot, him not really want a body. But I'm pleased. One go him smart, you know. And he gone down whisper. Lie down the sea, like something that's up on my leg. And it's still partition to his part, till they're party. Take it easy. Start back. I just am breaking from
out. Pressure, they had some good deliveries in the box. That's caused England a lot of problems. That has been lacking a little bit so far in this game, but Norway in this second half have been certainly the better of the two teams.
Well, what a big 20 minutes coming up for these two sets of players. And Reece James is coming on for England to replace Anthony Gordon. Reece James, who's been out with a hamstring injury, started the first two games, hasn't played since then, but is on for what remains of this one. So James slotting into midfield here, presumably to shore things up a little bit in a defensive midfield role, Mike.
Yeah, you would think so. I think that's certainly something that they've struggled a little bit in this second half. And the two number 10s, I think, are looking always trying to get further forward. He did that very well in the first half. Eza coming on, making sort of similar sort of runs as well. Now bringing on Reece James. He's the one that's going to be in the midfield. He's going to be the one that's going to be trying to just mop up a little bit.
Well, Eza's going to have more space, isn't he, over on that far side on the England left now, where he's taken up his position. Pickford being pressured by Odegaard. First touch for Reece James, almost giving the ball away. Needs to get up to speed pretty quickly here.
Yeah, that's something they don't want to do it.
Anderson chasing hard, up against the strong physical presence of Christopher Ayer. That was really good defending there by Ayer. Back with Hegem, now Ayer. There was solid look about Norway's central defensive area, backed up of course by Sander Berge. Kane sniffing around, nothing for him in terms of goal scoring opportunity really in this second period.
Get to the money and still not lose.
Level here in this one now, but they have finished quite strongly in their matches here. They've scored 5 goals in the last 20 minutes here at this World Cup. But it's given away by Neelan, no joy for England.
Saka gambles, almost pays off. In the end, you feel like he's going to control pretty comfortably, just can't get his feet right again.
O'Reilly finds Eza. England haven't really had a spell in the ascendancy since half-time. And they turn the momentum of the game a little bit their way after a good spell for Norway. Onsa's got well forward here ahead of Saka. Here's Reece James now, sending it in. Orsnes with the header clear. Challenge made by Mark Gay, who stays on the ground, slow to get up. Orsnes now breaking clear. Haaland waits in the middle, of course he does. Konsa close to it. Here's Oscar Bob trying to tiptoe past O'Reilly, and it bounces kindly for England.
Nico O'Reilly, once again, does very, very well. Stays on his feet, doesn't dive in. It's a vital interception, vital challenge.
Mark Gay looks really frustrated, actually.
He's got the wound to show it, I think. Certainly a ripped sock.
Which he's now showing to the referee. No one's managed to have a shot on target in the second half officially here so far. It was a terrific ball in towards Haaland. Big header away by Gay. England haven't got the danger clear. Erling Haaland looks to turn provider. Good run by Patrick Berg. Header clear from Konsa. Antonio Nusa. Norway looking really lively. Konsa's there again for England. It will be a corner though. This is impressive from Norway.
This time it's the right back for England. And Konsa deals with the threat very, very well. Stays on his feet once again. They know any touch can bring down and be a penalty.
Well, John Terry and Ashley Cole were key defensive players for England for a good many years. But like Thomas Tuchel, they can only watch on at this moment in time, with England under pressure, as we head towards the final 15 minutes of this World Cup quarter-final.
Every team in the World Cup is great. No team is a bad team. Just have some team.
Berg's ready to take. Dermot Turpin making sure everyone's behaving themselves.
Ready? Yeah. No, push number one. Alright. Ready? Ready? I'm telling you, say ready. I'm going to sit up. Ready?
Feel the tension in the stadium. Over it comes from Patrick Berg. Pickford tries to get to it. Urshness bobbles it back in. Off the top of the bar. All hands on deck for England. Haaland goes for goal and for once can't quite find it. England under extreme pressure. Konsa gets up with an uncomfortable lip.
Yeah, delivering the box is another one, another good one. John Pickford does well. Just can't quite get the distance on it. The rebound off the crossbar, you feel like there's a big chance. But Norway just can't capitalise. England have been holding on. Really good last-ditch defending from England.
Bellingham. Pain stretching. 76 minutes in. England without an attempt for a good while now in this second half. O'Reilly making tracks down the far side, but again, good defensive play, and Fredrik Ursnes has got up to the speed of the game really quickly, having come on to replace Reasson. Saka. Easy header away for Berg. O'Reilly can't get it past Bob. This is Eze. Stones. England have certainly got plenty of attacking flair on the pitch. Just need to find a little bit of it. No joy for Saka. Good play from Gay up against Haaland. Anderson. In from Eze, looking for Kane. Hegum there first. Saka. Anderson looking to sneak in beyond everyone at the far post as Saka curls that one in, and Anderson was almost on the end of it.
Yeah, that's the type of ball you need. Really good delivery from Saka, unfortunately just off target. Anderson couldn't get to it, was always going away from him. Just needed a touch. They are so difficult to defend against. Quality of the ball is excellent. It's just that high, it's very difficult to defend against. Players chance off the crossbar. A big moment for Norway. England defending for their lives.
Is what they might have to do here as Haaland sends it back towards Berger. Kane tries to get involved. Sunderberger has it for Norway, who continue to play really well here at this World Cup. Their first World Cup final since 1998. First visit of the century to the tournament. Really making their presence felt.
The phone fully charged?
Still with an excellent chance of reaching the semi-finals. Perfect Buller Wolfer into Berger.
Inside the win now go play either Switzerland or Argentina. Because I know over win, so I now say Argentina. But I want Argentina win because you know affiliation of the sister.
Haaland's just loitering near the penalty spot, feigning disinterest, ready to burst into life. Oscar Bob. Berg. There's a confidence about Norway.
Yeah, it's going to be playing with a bit of freedom as well. Nice on the tempo of the game. Dealt with the pressure well. Been the more threatening side in the second half.
Antonio Nusa looks to create an opening. It's a decent looking ball that hangs in the air, and O'Reilly getting there.
The overload in the far post. Ødegaard making that run. And Nusa, O'Reilly once again, alert to the danger.
On the counter attack more than on the score. Nobody get a pass when Tina gets one of prejudice. When Tina do or dancing president.
Nusa finds Berger. Here's harshness. Oscar Bob waiting patiently. Far side. Plenty of red shirts coming forward now. Bob looks to try and pick the lock of England's defence. Can't get it past Reece James. Bellingham with the header away. Eze under pressure. Here's Patrick Berg. England all appealing. And Reece James not quite managing to win the ball back. Space in midfield here for Berger and then for Antonio Nusa, who's seen plenty of the ball in the short time he's been on the pitch. It's going to be another corner for Norway here.
It's been pretty persistent, hasn't it, from Norway? Morally putting more and more pressure on the ball.
There's Magnus Carlsen, a Norwegian chess player and World Cup winner. As Patrick Berg prepares to take this corner. Patrick Berg of Werder Glimt, of course, who've had such an excellent couple of seasons in the European competitions.
So now we can
Everybody back within 12 yards of their own goal here in white. Berg's delivery, Kane's header away. Ødegaard.
It's a good dog, just at home.
The improvisation not quite working on this occasion.
Yeah, it's probably poor delivery from Ødegaard in the end of his quality. A lot of time on the ball, just tries a little bit of a clever one over the top.
83rd minute of the game, and you have to say in this second half, Norway have looked the more likely.
It's me, I wouldn't feel Norway. It must have my team played, and they played with
it's half an hour since England's last attempt on goal, which was from Bukayo Saka. With his schemes trying to get hold of the ball deep inside Norway's half. Falls favourably for Berger and for Neelan, who's had a very quiet second period. Martin Ødegaard. Harshness on the far side, Norway's throw. The change coming for England with Jet Spence ready to come on. He came on in Mexico in the last match and performed well. 12th cap will be coming up for him shortly, and he will replace Nico O'Reilly. That's what we're expecting. Norway, meanwhile, are looking to get on the front foot once again here, and Nusa trying to show England's defenders a clean pair of heels. Antonio Nusa challenged by Saka. Back up there from Berg. Collected by Muller-Wolfer.
You can defend the way that you can strike.
Berger having to leave it for others. Not least Ødegaard. Orsnes. Now the lively figure of Oscar Bob. Space for Sanderberg. And for Nusa. England penned in here. Nusa brings the same.
Yeah, they've been a real threat, haven't they? Oscar Bob down the right-hand side, Nusa down the left-hand side. A lot of energy, a lot of pace, hence probably why there's going to be a substitution. Jed Spence, fresh legs. Look how O'Reilly's played very well. I think he's defended very well. And just lacking a little bit of freshness now.
Well, Norway saw off Brazil in the round of 16, and England have found it tough here against a strong Norwegian side. Five minutes remaining, plus added time. Norway have scored in 3 of their 5 games in the last 5 minutes so far here at this World Cup. So they come on strong late, it would seem. Here comes that England change. As David Beckham watches on, Jed Spence is going to come on to replace Nico O'Reilly.
Well, some freshness down that left-hand side, pace. There's also some defending to do. Oscar Bob has been, like I mentioned, in the middle of a lot of attacks for Norway down that right-hand side.
Haynes had nothing to work with, has he, in this second half? England have sporadically threatened, but not really carried a great offensive threat since half-time.
Well, I feel that England's substitutions certainly haven't had the effect in the game like Norway's have. And that, for me, at the moment, has been the biggest difference. Norway have not been afraid to then take the game to England. The momentum swing controlled large parts of this second half. Now it's up to England to try and do something with these fresh legs or fresher legs on the pitch.
Stone's looking to switch the play and find the barriers at far side. Here's Anderson. First touch for Spence off the bench. Now James. Stones, who has scored at the World Cup before. Saka. And you find a way past Muller-Wolfer. Oh, he can. Super play from Saka. Was a chance there, almost at the feet of Eza at the far post. Kane was there too, and Norway survived what could have been a really nasty moment.
Oh, one of the rare times you see Saka on the ball, taking the game to the defender, trying to take him on, beats him really well down the right-hand side, gets to the touchline, ball across is really good, and just do not react.
Ponsa did pretty well there as well, and suddenly England have got a corner with 3 minutes to go of the 90.
Saka's ball control is really good. To get the ball across the face, such a dangerous area. Kane is very late to react.
Got to credit Fredrik Orsnes there, the substitute, who did superbly well. Kane's only touched the ball apparently once in Norway's penalty area in the whole match so far. Over it comes from Eza. Pushed by Kane. Referee was right there, looking straight at it.
A bit of frustration from Harry Kane.
Luis Suarez, of course, who plays his football for Inter Miami. This is a local match for him these days. We're going to have another change here for England. Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa is going to come on to replace his clubmate Ezri Konsa. So England are going for it here. Reorganisation on the hoof from Thomas Tuchel, which is being relayed to the players out on the pitch. But if England go out, they're not going to go out wandering and Reece James will, of course, just slot in on the right-hand side of the back line.
Yeah, just a bit of a reshuffle there. More Rodgers then replacing Reece James in the midfield area. That swap there. Reece James obviously very versatile, accustomed to playing in that right full-back position.
Marcus Pedersen has come on for Norway to replace David Muller-Wolfer as well. Pedersen of Torino, who scored in the 3-2 win against Senegal on the second match day. He is on. He is a right back. Who's slotted in on the left-hand side at the moment. Haaland's header. Box touch away to the far side. Lifted by Odegaard. Getting him on the ball as much as possible. He's a real creative force in this Norwegian side. And again has the ball now. Oscar Bob. Good running by Arshnus, getting there ahead of Eza. Beaten away by Jordan Pickford. Jeff Spence into Kane, picking out Bellingham. It's a long chase for Spence. He's got plenty of speed up against Aya, but Aya had the head start.
Yeah, Aya did well. There's a lot to ask from Jeff Spence.
Oh, Spence there! Superb play from him. Almost paid off in the most extraordinary fashion against Orjan Nielen.
Yeah, it's great work from Jeff Spence. Just does not give up. It gets so close. Nielen there, very fortunate.
He's animated. Thomas Tuchel on the touchline. Big few minutes here at the World Cup for these two sets of players. One moment of inspirational quality, or one mistake here could change everything. Spence under pressure. A calm sent on its way by Anderson towards Eza. They added time here. Still got roughly 6 minutes or so to go.
And they must say it damaged Royce, but they must tune the play with it, and then he must still, and then they attack him again, put it again, and he still play for they win the game.
Norway with more attempts on goal and far more on target as well. Just the one from England, from Jude Bellingham, right at the end of the first half. 6 matches so far, now gone to extra time in the knockout stages of the World Cup. Are we about to get a 7th, or is there to be a late twist? As it's whipped into the box, Kane can't collect it. Norway are able to move the ball clear of danger, and Odegaard is having a very productive time the longer this match wears on.
Yeah, Kane slow to react there. Felt what he could. Got a bit better, trying to control that ball. Flames now in Norway once again.
They're leaning on him a lot, aren't they, Norway? Odegaard.
Yeah, he's been a big player for them. So important for him. Always, you see him, gives and goes, always makes himself available.
Rodgers tussling to try and win the ball, and quite correctly there, the assistant on the near side acknowledging there was no foul on the defender.
Yeah, Higgin there just rolling the ball way too long, hoping for a free kick. See, there looks like he's got Brown. Referee again, absolutely spot on.
Well, we have got one of the most experienced referees in the business today, as you would expect in Cameron Turkman. Injury just breaks up the play for a moment or two here. England's players rehydrating.
Jamaica, them fix are good. Them fix are good. Fix me good, fix me good, fix.
Half-time starting to loom large for England. It will be the 11th time overall in the World Cup finals. It would only be the second time for Norway. On the other occasion, their very first game back in 1938, where they were beaten by Italy.
Oh, Jesus.
It took a while before the physios came on to provide some treatment. And this 7 minutes of added time will extend somewhat further than that.
Well, it's a big decision, isn't it? You get treatment on the pitch, obviously you have to go off. for a certain amount of time before he can come back on again. The latter stages of the game, he is struggling. See the challenge again, Rogers there, both have got each other. They're wrapped up, Rogers does just enough.
So
Hagen's going to be off the field here. As England take the throw in, it's with John Stones in the 5th minute of added time. Saka, some one really good delivery from him since he came off the bench. Spence. Here's her up against Arshness. Well, he can really be a difference maker on his day, Evera Chiesa. Rogers leaving it for Gay. Here's Stones. Reece James near side, available. Closed down by Pedersen. In from Stones. A little flicked header off the forehead of Bellingham.
Yeah, a very, very difficult chance that for Bellingham. All the difficult ones. Reaching for it, long, long way away.
Extra time wouldn't be easy in these sort of conditions for either team.
I wonder if I can live from board 1901.
Very humid here in Miami.
Yes, don't it me.
6th minute of added time. Good header from John Stones. Arshness with the head start on Eza. Referee gives the free kick.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of a too strong a challenge there from Eza. These are the moments you do not want to lose the game, don't they? One of the scores now, most likely going to see it through. It is very, very tough conditions here.
No surprise, really. I think we shouldn't be surprised that these two teams are going toe-to-toe right to the end.
No, I think there's sort of an element of sort of measured approach as well. Neither side want to throw it away this late, but they're certainly looking to try and push each other. Certainly England look like they're one of them more on the front foot now towards later stages of this game.
Reece James up against the fleet-footed figure of Antonio Nusa. Anderson. Still time for a very late chance or two. Saka. Exactly had much room there.
But he really wanted the ball, did he? Didn't look him going behind it. Anderson needed him to make a running behind. That's what he's signalling for.
Bellingham trying to steal in behind Hagen, but then looked as if he tried to grab at Bellingham. Certainly looked as if he tried to challenge him here, Mark.
Yeah, I think the referee's got a decision about it. He's not sure, is he? He was hitting it a couple of times there, the referee, whether he was going to blow his whistle or not. There's definitely contact. The question is how much. Hagen there just gets caught out.
No, my moment is
the hand, it's a follow through
the right foot, isn't it, there? He just catches the Achilles of Bellingham.
This is an interesting decision for the referee VAR to look at.
We have some player who would do it like my player on my life, but you have some player really active, the same go down there really big.
It's not something that is being looked at in a way that means the referee will need to come across and look at it. Play will carry on. Bellingham's back on his feet and back in the match. We've had over a minute, over and above our minimum allocation here of additional time at the end of the game. This was quite a lengthy stoppage during added time.
When it's 11 done, you're going to have no chance of play.
Spence able to reach it on the stretch. And this one is going to go the distance. On a hot and humid day in...
Keep calm. Look at the half time again. end of second half. I know it's never gonna be an easy match, mummy, because the two team them can play. And the two team
So
them.
much more minutes than what we do.
They might end up and get 20, I'm gonna play 20 more minutes, mummy.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, so I'm gonna play 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes, I'm gonna end up and play an extra minute and 10 minutes there. Is that for the extra minute, and next one that I'm gonna play one extra 10 minutes and another 10 minutes there?
My friend got tired.
He is. Then give them some time rest, give them some energizer. It's not an easy road when you see the glamour and the glitter, so you think a better road says. When you do it, baby. Who feels and knows? You don't make Rihanna go on with it. Check her.
1-1 at the end of 90 minutes in this one between England and Norway, and so they will go to extra time to decide who will become the third team to advance to the semi-finals of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I guess you can call this Dare to Dream extra time. There shall be no penalties, at least not for this team, but who knows what will happen in Miami. Gentlemen, Norway came out in the second half and they pushed for the go-ahead goal. They thought they had the go-ahead goal as well, but that was ruled out. Erling Haaland deemed to have committed an infringement, and that ultimately costing his team the advantage. How did you see it, Andrew Pearce?
Well, it was a fair decision. There's a foul on Anderson from Haaland before the play starts, and based on the rules of the game and the laws of the game, the referee has to call it back. There you have. And the ball went into the same vicinity where Anderson and Haaland would have been. So.
Jesus.
Is it looking at you?
Coach Cody?
Definitely.
Don't it,
the
I'm a
Premier
man.
League, if a certain team was playing,
No foul.
it would not be a foul, but right call. But you know, you have to look at the height advantage of the Norwegians, and I think with that advantage, they need to put in more crosses from open play, because every time they have a corner or free kick, they look very, very dangerous.
Yeah, looking at the contest, I can only remember one cross coming in. That was in the first half where Erling Haaland headed towards goal directly at Jordan Pickford. So, and they've had opportunities. It's not as if they have not had opportunities. Marco, how did you see, especially the second 45?
Yeah, the second 45, I think both coaches, they tried to be aggressive with Askabab and Nusa coming on with a lot of energy for Norway. And I think England, he made two changes on the halftime break where Eze and Saka came in the game, but he tried to be aggressive there, and then you see further in the game, he put Reece James in midfield for Anthony Gordon, so he's like, okay, a semi-final spot is there, I don't want to leave it too open, so just to put back Reece James and solidify things a little bit more, so I think they are both prepared for extra time.
But I think every time England makes a change, I think they get weaker.
Yeah.
You know, opposite now, when I see Norway make a change, they're getting stronger. They have been bossed in the game. You see Odegaard dropping a little bit deeper and Berg stepping up a little bit more. So let's see the second the extra time.
Yeah, Saka has been pretty dangerous since he's come on for the England side. I'm sure it was an attempt at goal or an attempted cross that went perilously close to the right upright. Tell you what, we're going to take a break. The extra time period coming up, and we'll take you across to Miami for that shortly.
They need to make them rest look a bit. If I that them I gonna do. Life is but a living. Somebody love the things you do. From the way you talk to the way you move. Oh, you're the someone that I used to know. You were just like a movie. Yes, Mom? Corey, no, I'm not ready. What you want, call? No, what you want, call? Yeah, no, I'm not up on the night phone them. No, sweetie pie. Pretty thing they send me, I don't know it disappear gone. Game is back, Mummy. But I can give them more time.
Pitch, unsure. Jet Spence now for England into Eze. Holding off Oscar Bob. And a physical challenge of Oscar Bob. That's good play by Eze. Superbly done. Kept it by Bukayo Saka. England survived some anxious moments in the second half. Can they take advantage of that now? Ball bouncing off Morgan Rogers. Up towards Haaland. Reece James intercepts. Saka being faced by Pedersen. Pedersen standing his ground rather well, albeit at the expense of a corner.
Yeah, he defended well. Put his body in the way. Saka, ever so close to getting around him. All in dangerous position to whip it across. Pedersen does really well.
England supporters inside the stadium, thousands of them doing their best to lift their team, but they haven't had too much to cheer about for quite a long time in this match. Arsenal's trying to get to grips with Kane. And it comes from Saka. Header away. Was a solid one.
Stop, Bob. I really can't do it.
Saka again. It's Kane beyond the far post, and it's a save from Nyland. Danger still not fully away and cleared by the Norwegian defence. Reece James. Saka getting a taste for it now. To chase for Marquet. Eze is available for the pass. Anderson nearby too. Into Morgan Rogers. Rogers lets fly. It's 2-1 England. Bellingham's there once again.
Bellingham scored.
Morgan Rogers shot. Spilled by Nyland. 2 goals in Mexico in the Azteca. And 2 in Miami for Jude Bellingham. 2-1 England.
Huge moment from Jude Bellingham. He's the quickest one to react. England persistent pressure. Ball after ball in the box. In the end, Morgan Rogers decides to take a touch and have a go himself. And the goalkeeper, England, just never looked comfortable. And Bellingham really quick to react. And it's a puncher's goal. And England have their necks in front.
Big questions being asked of Norway now, who've got to pick themselves up off the canvas in this game. Here's the goal once more.
Yeah, it's just persistent play. Rogers then in the end decides to have a strike. England, I'm not sure if he's unsighted initially, just never deals with it. Bellingham's really quick to pounce. There's a simple tap in.
England took 154 seconds to score at the start of extra time. Ødegaard looks to lead from the front and drag his team back into the game. Here's Patrick Berg. They've played well today, Norway.
They've done very, very well. Tactically, I think up in this point they've got it spot on. Yes, we can't make a mistake. Goalkeeper's made a mistake. Can't hold on to it or deal with it, get it away from the danger area. They find themselves 2-1 behind. However, not going to be knocked out of their stride. They're going to continue to play the same way. Odegaard's going to be in the heart of it. They've got big players. They're going to be knocking the ball long in the box. Don't be surprised if Haaland all of a sudden will find that burst of energy from somewhere.
England haven't been at their best, but now they do have a precious but slender advantage. Plenty of time for Norway, though, here. Martin Odegaard. Orsnes wants it near side, but Norway's captain looks the other way. Picking out Berger, who sends it away to Nusa. Well, there was a real sort of backs to the wall, digging in. Desperate defending from England at the Azteca last week. Are Norway going to ask similar questions here? England, of course, were down to 10 on that occasion. Oscar Bob. Quick and skillful. Spence is pretty fast too. Collected by Rogers. To Anderson. Gay. Now Eza. Jed Spence. Just wrong footing there, Bellingham. Spence gets a foot in, Kane wins it back. Renewed vim and vigour about England now.
Yeah, good pressure, really good pressure from England, not sitting back, wanting to put pressure on the ball. Worked very, very hard. Bit of a miscommunication there, Jed Spence and Jude Bellingham. Otherwise, England could have been away down this left-hand side once again.
The England fans desperately trying to roar their team over the line. Great sporting cathedral here in Miami, echoing to the cheers and encouragement of the England faithful. Norway's fans a little quiet for now, digesting the news of that goal, but still time for their team to come again. Odegaard. Erling Haaland looks tired. They just need one magical moment from him. Here comes Aya. Now Orsnes. Sunderberger away from Jude Bellingham. Tidied up well there by Østegård.
Unfair midfield. So now I get him greatest game because the time is very hot. No, Alan's a great player.
A slight miscue there, encouraging Bellingham to apply the pressure.
This don't take from him.
There's some tired legs out there. Now Norway for the first time have to try and chase this game. It's all on them now to try and make something happen for England. Just trying to win the ball, try and put pressure on, get on the counter-attack, try and get that third goal, but they're not really going to push too many players forward just yet.
Pedersen. Berger. Odegaard trying to slide it through, looking for the run of Fredrik Orsnes. Eza finds Bellingham, the chase is on here and Rogers is prepared to make it. Aya swiftly across, England will have a throw.
Yeah, it's a good run from Morgan Rogers. I think Jude Bellingham does really well, he's passed down the left-hand side. That's what England need to do more of. For Norway, it's about trying to be very, very careful, very delicate with their possession. Not give away the ball too easily because they are going to be punished. As the game goes on, they're going to be having to take more risks, and I think the game might even open up even more for England.
Here's Anderson, and now with Mark Gay. Spence is going to test the legs of Oscar Bob, going the other way here now, Jed Spence. This is excellent play from the England fullback, who's done really well, and England have got a penalty. Spence drew the foul after an excellent run. Clement Turpin had no doubt in his mind.
backed up initially, wants to put the ball into the box, doesn't see England playing in the right position, so he just decides to go himself. And all the way, once he gets down the byline and cuts back inside, you just felt he had the upper hand on Oscar Bob, but he just needed one touch. And the legs come together. You see it again. Jet Spence just used his strength, his pace, tricky on the ball. Don't see that being changed. There's a tangling the legs. Oscar Bob just cannot get on the right side.
What you want, Ben? Yes, thank you.
Key moment here, obviously, but at 3-1, it's an awfully long way back for Norway if the ball ends up in the back of the net. But the penalty decision is still being checked by Jerome Brissard and the team.
Yes, it is, and it's a big moment in the game for Norway, of course, goes without saying. For England, that extra bit of breathing space, if they're able to convert the penalty. For Norway, this is a moment where they're trying to hang on.
I'm friendly, seeing come over, but I'm friend one.
We're just going to have a look. That might not be great news for England.
Congratulate him, I say. You just want to give
So, Lemon Turpin comes across. Are you surprised by that?
I'm a little bit surprised. I think there's just enough of a contact to warrant the referee giving the decision. I don't think it's a clear and obvious mistake. I think it's a coming together of legs. Oscar Bob's just on the wrong side each time. Jet Spence gets across the face. We'll see what the referee's decision is.
Andrew's score is 1-2.
Obviously,
England
there's enough doubt in that
Norway
room
1.
to suggest the referee to go over and check it.
Ultimately, of course, it's the referee's call here.
After review, the attacker put his leg in front of the defender without any foul. So final decisions, no foul.
Reprieve for Norway, no foul. Jet Spence, a judge to have put his leg to his right in front of the defender, causing the contact in the view of the officials. Stays at 2-1. Norway is still right in it at 2-1.
Yeah, it's a big decision, a big moment of the game.
Here it is again.
It's a huge lifeline for Norway.
Well, Norway have dodged one there, haven't they?
I believe they have, yeah. I think they'll find themselves very, very fortunate with that decision.
Still finally balanced here, advantage for England. It's going to be England's ball.
Now we are big side to Ajahn.
It was excellent play by Jet Spence to roam down the left-hand side and get all the way into the penalty area and cause such a problem for Norway's defence, collected by Morgan Rogers. Berger gets a foot in there. Noosa away to the far side. Marcus Pedersen. Bit of room in midfield. Patrick Berg. And for Sander Berger. And Norway beat buoyed by that decision, just as they thought they were up against it, facing a penalty and the possibility of a 3-1 deficit here in extra time. Bayer's ball forward. England's bench claiming that there was a handball. Ødegaard. Trapped by Morgan Rogers. Now ball. Good ball. Antonio Noosa. Massive block there by Mark Gay.
Yeah, brilliant. Really good defending. Does so well. It's claims of a handball, but I think he does really well. I think he gets his hands down by his side.
Little hint of cramp kicking in there. That was a big old stretch for Gay to block that one.
Yeah, it was. It was really good defending.
Kept his hands out of the way. No suggestion of a handball there, as you say.
There is a lot of space at the edge of the box for Norway. England set up very, very deep in this corner.
Latter stages of the first period of extra time. Patrick Berg to take for Norway. Everyone back here for England, queuing up to get it away. John Stones with his head on the ball.
Oh, sorry, Agent.
Norway will have to build again. Oceans. Lusa. Ødegaard. Norway looking to finish this first period of extra time strongly and come roaring back. Oceans. Not a ball for Jordan Pickford. We're going to have 3 additional minutes at the end of extra time here. This is Eze. Norway's ball. Eze felt that he was fouled. He's not the only one that's on his people there.
Yeah, I think it was a decent decision. The referee, Eze does really well initially just to keep control of that ball. It was an awkward one from Jordan Pickford. And in the end, unfortunately, just can't keep it in his grasp.
Just going into that minimum of 3 additional minutes here. First period of extra time. Harshness. Spence with the block. And a tussle between the pair of them. Terrific play by Harshness. Anderson's there covering. He's got Mark Gay on the near side. Measured play from England. Very composed.
Well, if they can keep hold of the ball, make Norway run for it, spread the game out a little bit more. That's just going to play in their favour in these conditions in particular.
It's excellent from Morgan Rogers there, and Spence is venturing forward once more. There's not quite enough on that one to pick out Bellingham. The header cleared by Aya, away off the boot of Berg, going as far as Anderson. Space for Saka. Anderson. Harshness under pressure. Eze with support on the near side. Flag up, offside.
There's no game management now for England. Can they keep hold of it? Can they keep this shape? Frustrate Norway. For Norway, it's about trying to create that one chance. Certainly for their main man, Erling Haaland. Can he get on the end of something? Can he get in a position where he gets a good shot off on goal?
That's a good ball from Jude Bellingham into Bukayo Saka. And they put it onto that left foot, and the shot over the top there from Jude Bellingham. Nimble-footed from the referee to keep out of the way there.
Some tired legs out there. They've still got at least 3 minutes to go.
Well, I think the trip to the Azteca was pretty draining for England, wasn't it, in their last game as well? Very different circumstances and conditions that night. Norway played in the heat in New Jersey, getting the better of Brazil in the round of 16. That's excellent from Bukayo Saka.
So this is no time for waste.
Reece James is looking for a barrier. Eze, one by Harshness, falling at the feet of Kane. That's not good news for Norway, potentially. And the referee blows for half-time in extra time. England are 15 minutes away from the semi-finals of the World Cup, thanks to a second goal of the match from that man there, their number 10, Jude Bellingham. At the break in extra time in Miami, it's Norway 1, England 2.
Oh man. Hear me to Bugama now, it's 3 minutes. Oh my word. Yeah man, I'm tired man, mommy.
Well, Bellingham's for the tournament, joining Harry Kane on that number. That's never happened before in the history of the World Cup. 2 players from the same team scoring that number of goals, and nobody in an England shirt has ever scored more than 6 goals.
How much goal can score in 15 minutes?
Don't it?
No, that's just some people.
Why are they stressing us out?
Big buyout match, like.
Johnny, stop to that. It's not a buyout match.
What do you mean?
Johnny, you see, if I were you, I would have never in no position to talk about a team. If you're an Argentine fan, don't in no position to talk about a team buyout.
But we never buy that much. I just bias.
There's a big setup. What's it not?
What's it not? What's it? I don't want to rest it.
What's it not?
I have a couple of Argentine fans in the chat, so I'm not able to say so we say this, but I'm saying.
But really and truly, the biggest buyout match are them. And USA buyout and still lose. You go please.
Alright, John, stop it.
Yourself.
Hello, remember say.
When you going to take out that for?
Yeah?
Why you going to do that?
Yeah.
See, if anyone in live, I would have said something about tomorrow live. But don't worry yourself. We must end the live. We love the live.
Right there,
nice.
the live never gone.
No, you're not going to turn it back. When by the time we finish it, you must come in Jesus' name.
When you lock up inside it for?
You might take off him clothes.
Well, you say the money where you have take out from. Well, what's it not?
Deandra. Don't it? But I told you that you dry up, man.
What?
Like the sun burn out, look at how me have. Don't think I might toast still, but.
Alright, go and be the
work with it down.
in Jesus' name.
So the dry it and dry it. Don't use it here.
For one bar for playing music, but that's enough for it.
You tell me you want me.
Doing that phone there?
Oh.
You want burger?
You see. Oh, you see this one.
I'm live, you know. If it ever end my life, but I surely be my
You
life.
did find this one now?
Fine.
Maybe you don't need to come and them.
This one.
Maybe my eyes on you.
You must put back the cake, put back.
Smashing my way people again. You know, I think the money have nervous problem like that.
No money much done,
Them
man.
are row the boat sailing a boat. Oh God.
Oh,
Row the boat.
Was getting ready to tee it up, I think. Yeah, I think England were very unlucky for that decision. I can see why. I understand what the referee said in his explanation, and I think it's just a little bit unfortunate for them not to get that penalty, and certainly for Norway, that is a lifeline. Norway have got 15 minutes to try to save their World Cup ambitions. England, as it stands, would be heading to Atlanta and the semi-final. Argentina or Switzerland will provide the opposition for today's winners here in Miami. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's still pretty humid here, just as it was at the start of the match. 7:30 in the evening local time. Forward off the boot of Sanderberg.
7:30.
It's going to be a desperate struggle this last 15 minutes. Berg being roared on by his head coach on the touchline. Into Oscar Bob, and now it's Noosa looking to give them a springboard right at the start of the second period of extra time. It was cleared away by John Stones. Down goes Jude Bellingham. Yeah, looks like John Stones is also struggling with cramps. As he clears that ball, he's in a perfect position.
Anybody would ask for cramps.
See there, just gets hit a little bit late. Not quite the evening that he was hoping for. So far, Ireland can only watch now and hope that his team can claw their way back here. Wry smile from his dad.
Don't it? You try your best. You can't move it. No one.
It's been a tough attritional contest. Greece change with the throw, looking for Bukayo Saka. Free kick for Norway.
They were doing wrong.
Saka just flips Östergaard as he's going through. Östergaard, of course, makes it very, very obvious for the referee. The longer the ball is up in this end for England, obviously they'll be happier. Norway need to get the ball back up into England's half, try and put some pressure on that England goal.
Shoving the back there on Anderson, potentially. Referee says not enough for a free kick. Get up and get on with the game. Harshness keeps it clear of Saka. Here's Östergaard.
Get up, man.
Most of the players down there running on fumes by now. Running on fumes of desire.
I think this is
again, it's always going to be tough because of the conditions, and obviously going to extra time makes it that little bit more difficult for them to manage the game better. Play individually. Can someone step up from Norway, get that vital equaliser, or can England find someone who can win the game for them?
Alex with Sander Berger. It was a good run made by Pedersen into the penalty area there. This is Oscar Borg. Patrick Berg opens up for the shot. Fizzing over the top of the crossbar.
They just couldn't control it. Game just opened up for him. Massive space opened up. Saw it. Jet Spencer's the one that gets across in the end. His challenge is probably just done enough before Berg try and get a bit more on it.
Yeah, his challenge might have saved the day there for England. Anxious moments for the English fans in the crowd.
England, there's a board.
Anderson.
When the poor Norwegian
He's beyond Bellingham. Norway trying to come on strong here. England with Harry Kane away from Nusri. He's got Saka on the near side. Ezra is well forward as well, up to the edge of the box. Saka being closed down by Ayer. Brilliant play from Bukayo Saka. All that was missing there was the finishing flourish.
Yeah, he saw it, didn't he? Saw the goal just open up.
Jet Spencer's done really well to win it back. It's still with Spence. And still, good save by Neelan. Here comes Saka. Double stop by Oya Neelan to keep Norway in it at 2-1.
Nice save.
Double save.
Never lost it on. We can't manage. And them normalised
it. He spills the initial shot from Jet Spence. Well, England trying to go for that third goal.
Yes, I'm get
Give
up.
themselves extra breathing space.
Rich James. Well, I just get the feeling that maybe a goal there from either of those two shots and it might have been curtains for Norway. Saka. Referee's going to bring the game back. We're going to have a late change here. Dan Burn is going to come on for England. And Jude Bellingham, I think, has given everything that he's got.
So a chance from Jet Spencer. A good shot from edge of the box. And Neelan does well. Get down behind it. His parry just goes straight to Saka. I think his recovery, his second save, his top class just makes himself so big. It does come from his initial mistake.
Jude Bellingham is coming off. Rapturous applause around the stadium for him. Another excellent performance on the biggest stage of all. And here is Bellingham scoring his second of the match and the goal which separates the two sides. He's in good company as well, Jude Bellingham. He's the first player to score back-to-back braces in knockout games at the World Cup since Diego Maradona back in 1986.
That's impressive. Even with the great man himself. Jude Bellingham has been excellent for England in this tournament, and today is no exception.
So Dan Bernard came on in Mexico last week and on to add some defensive steel and presence to England's back line for what remains. Forward by Ødegaard, and Byrne is there. Headed by Reece James, on by Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, change of formation for England, back three with Stone, Skye in the middle, Dan Byrne on the left side. Effectively in defence, five at the back.
That was excellent from Reece James, never less than solid and sturdy, but Bellingham at the double today. 2 goals to add to the 2 that he got last week in Mexico. 6 for the tournament now. England inching towards the semi-finals, but far from there. Still time for Norway to come again. They had the better of much of the second half of the regulation 90. We're in the 113th minute of this game. What's the ball?
Level something loose. Yeah, we know something never till late. We know something we have to.
Martin Odegaard. The Norwegian nation looks to their captain and number 10 to provide the inspiration here. Nusa into Berger. Here's Odegaard. England deep, dug in. Norway looking to try and prise them open. Nusa maybe with a little hint of an opportunity here. Deflection coming off Reece James, and it's going to be a corner.
Well, there's one-on-one battles for England from the starter stage of the game. They've won most of them defensively. This is a real handful. Comes in. Norway's looking to come on that inside under his right foot, trying to curl under that far post area. Reece James is aware of the danger. He's got a big left foot. Just wonder, is England going to be sitting more camped in their own half, with going to 3 at the back, being more defensive, trying to hang on?
Yeah, at 20, I thought that
It's the header away, and it's over the top of the bar, off the boot of ball.
Yeah, fell through really quickly, didn't he? He had a whole host of England players making a charge towards him. Just gets too far underneath, but yeah, you can see there, England a little bit fortunate not to have considered the corner there.
Not like a foul on Kane, who was almost relieved of his shirt by Christopher Ayer. Sander Berger has it. Little over 5 minutes remaining, plus any additional time.
Them locked down pancake.
Berger. Nusa wants it near side. Harshness available as well.
Yeah, you know about that itch. I don't know what
Swap sides with Pedersen, who's in more familiar territory on the far side, and it comes from Odegaard. Strand Larsen going for it. Reece James is there. Does he get the deflection? I think he does. It's going to be a goal kick for Jordan Pickford, and the clock is ticking, and England will be happy with that.
Yeah, England have managed it well in this second half of extra time. Just defended well, compact, but also put pressure on the ball. They just can't sit deep and deeper. They have to put pressure on the ball. Otherwise, they just allow Norway to get the ball in the box, and then it becomes a really 50-50 challenge. Norway have obviously got some big players.
Anderson doing his best to try and win a throw, which hadn't worked out. Patrick Berg, good against Rodgers. Rest thinking of blowing, and does. Free kick Norway. Tried to play advantage.
Rodgers going to play in a more kind of unfamiliar role, and sort of deeper midfielding role, has to try and help out at times. Elliot Anderson has worked tirelessly in this game.
We're in the last 5 minutes of extra time here. That was a foul by Reece James on Antonio Nusa.
That's one thing you don't want to be doing against this Norwegian side, is giving away free kicks in dangerous areas, but they have to load the box. Now it's up to Odegaard to get that really good delivery in the ball, in the box, put England under pressure.
Well, it's likely that Norway are going to get a chance between now and the final whistle, you would think. Jorgen Strand Larsen leading their attack now that Erling Haaland has gone off. Odegaard delivers, Pickford comes for it and gets there. Strong punch from the England goalkeeper, he's on the deck as a result of it.
Yeah, you can see the Norwegian players are upset because they believe it's a coming together of Pickford with his own player, whether it's not quite sure if it's John Stones or not, there's a coming together.
Ayer's in the book for his reaction. Pickford stays down. Norway's players left very frustrated.
Oh, it's Morgan Rodgers, there you go. That's why they're frustrated, because he's collided with his own player. The problem is that once the goalkeeper's down, the referee's got to stop play. I'm not sure whether the referee's given a free kick or whether he's just stopped play.
Rogers did well to still be standing after that one, Mark. He did. It's absolutely clouted by his goalkeeper.
We'll see what the decision was by the referee. I think it's a drop ball. I think they'll restart. That's why there's frustration. Okay, it's a correct decision. Once the goalkeeper goes down, the referee's got to blow his whistle.
What's going on in both? Here's the challenge once again, and Norway's players, quite right. He allowed him his own player there, Jordan Pickford. Yeah, it was the reaction of Christopher Ayer, the manner of it, which led to his yellow card.
Yeah, I mean, they got possession again, they restart. I know the momentum stops with it, but the referee's left with no alternative. He has to blow on. Stop the play.
Here's Noosa, just trying to find that opening, and Rhys James is there for England, claims he got a little touch, and he will get the throw. It's going to be England's ball. Just what they needed at this stage of proceedings as we head towards the 118-minute mark in extra time, and they know time is running short. Those Norwegian fans among a crowd of almost 64,500 packed in here. Strand Larsen looking for Noosa. More defending for England to do. Flag up far side, England's ball.
Yeah, good defending. England keeping their line. Rhys James does really well to readjust. At the ball, a little bit better. Noosa may have been, but looks like he's straight offside. It's a tight one.
John Stones needs this game to end in the next couple of minutes. He keeps sort of slowly stretching, trying to keep cramp at bay here.
I don't think he's the only player on that pitch who's feeling the heat, feeling the conditions. But they've still got to fight on, hold on. England and Norway just have to keep pushing. Keep knocking on that door, keep trying to find a way to break this England defence.
Came down after the challenge with Ayer. Another stoppage in play. And Ayer will need to just keep control of his frustration here, having just gone in the referee's book moments before. Harshness with the throw. They've got to get the ball forward. Interception by Anderson. In towards Eza. Keeps it clear of Oscar Bob. Jed Spence nearby. Dan Byrne as well. And it's with the Newcastle defender now. We are heading towards a minimum of 2 additional minutes. Handy interception there by Fredrik Harshness. 20 seconds remain of the 120 minutes. The additional time is very much on the horizon here now. England getting closer to the semi-final. Not quite over the line yet, but they've got the ball.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Jed Spence, since he's come on, he's been excellent for England as well. Then on the left-hand side, he has run tirelessly. He's been so good.
Good now, Mike.
We are into a minimum of 2 additional minutes here. Morgan Rogers trying to use up a few more precious seconds. Norway's World Cup dream hanging by a thread.
Norway, you see them, the body language at the moment, they just look down, they look like they're flat. Still got time, they've got to keep pushing. Really, it's about, so they're happy, more than happy with the ball being up this end.
Well, what a ride it has been. Is it about to come to an end? They have to get it forward, and they have to do it now. But they just can't get the ball off England.
John Stones is struggling still. Not the ball he really wanted to try and deal with.
Pickford goes long, Eza's up for it. Collected here by Patrick Berg. Roughly 45 seconds for Norway to score a sensational equalising goal. Otherwise it's going to be England's day. Header forward by Harry Kane, collected by Aberi Eza. Superb play by Eza, then just lets it get away off his boot. It's now or never for Norway. Ayer leads the charge. Noosa venturing forward in towards Oscar Bob, challenged by Jed Spence. Brilliant defending by Spence. That might be enough for England. They want to hear the final whistle, but on we go. Neelan sends the ball forward. Big header from Dan Burn. You'd expect nothing less.
Oh, brilliant. That's why Dan Burn is on the pitch. He did it against Mexico. He's doing it again against Norway. These latter stages.
That's it. England are heading for Atlanta. They have Georgia on their minds and a World Cup semi-final to look forward to. On the back of Bellingham's 2 goals. But they were made to work hard for it by an inspired Norway side who've had a magnificent World Cup on their return to the global stage for the first time since 1998. For a while it looked as if it might be their day, but it wasn't to be. England prevailed after extra time, and Jude Bellingham made the difference with a goal late in the first half. And then right at the start of extra time, it was too much for Norway to come back. England halted Haaland. Norway couldn't get the better of Bellingham. They beat Brazil, but it's all over for Norway. They will be rowing home tonight. It has finished. Norway 1, England 2.
Brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe, Coca-Cola, KFC, Sapugen, Sunshine Snacks.
Ajani, AJ, come no man, I want the music to me something. The noise is something. Yeah, may I try to prevent something on you up? What may I try to prevent you push through? Oh my God, how much was that game? It was a great game. Come on. But what I love still, them everybody push to the bitter end. Me not gonna end on top. This was a fair game. I'm going to play either Australia, either Argentina or Switzerland.
So them that name in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, them the quarterfinal this. So these are the Father, please. And you have credit? Huh? And you put credit for your phone, and you take back your number here. And you hardly put credit for your phone. I thought, oh no, it's a joke. And him hardly put credit for his phone. You know, in Canada. When you run out of chip, grab number, grandma. And then you can't get picking a body or a number here. Or 2 months or put effect on your phone. Okay, you can take this number. It take too long now, get it. It take too long.
Business man,
yeah, you can never know, man. Never ask him if I'm credit, grandma, and I've never. The only time I have credit on the phone, unless I'm me, like, when I get free credit, I'm going to send it to him. Of the money that they have, I'm full of chest eye. This is them say you can choose one loan. They can We can borrow from them. No, what are 320 of them? I can't manage that in 2 twos. We forget on the Peter line.
Start at 8 o'clock. Today coverage on TVJ at 11 p.m. Yes, I am still alongside Andrew Peart, Markovich Brown, and Miguel Coley. And gentlemen, what a match. England finding a way again, coming out on top and finishing this one by 2-1. Would you say that the more deserving team is advancing to the last 4?
Based on the game, I would have said that Norway had the majority of the ball, the better chances. But in the words of Maverick, there's no such thing as playing better and losing. So I thought England capitalized on opportunities or moments that they had. Like the goal they scored, the last one. Rogers just had a goal from 25 yards out. It spilled. They got the go-ahead goal. And from there, England was all about slowing down the game, defending, playing the ball out, and seeing out the game.
Yeah, and of course, Thomas Tuchel will look like a genius because he had not long before the 90 minutes brought in Morgan Rogers, and it was the Aston Villa man's shot that set up the goal ultimately for the England team and for Jude Bellingham to put away, finding himself in a fine position again to complete.
Great try, but as I said, Bellingham, he anticipates so well, it's very good. And he's always the first player from far for a rebound, and he did amazing there. If you see now, easy has the ball. Look, too much space from the Norwegian. I think maybe even Nusa could step up there. But England deserves to be there. They have been brave. They've been putting the ball inside of the box. I think Norway, on the other hand, they have not been as brave. They have not put in enough numbers in front to really get a result. So, but the goalkeeper there does not much better. But he's one of the players who has not been playing a lot. He plays for Sevilla. He has not been playing all season, just a few games.
Yeah, I think for and for Norway, nothing to shame about. I mean, they're going to be around for a while. The Euros, the Nation League coming up, they're going to be there. I mean, they have some great players with an average age of 26 for their squad. You know, they have Oscar Bob, 22, Nusa, 21. So Haaland, I don't think he's in his prime as yet. Maybe next year or the other year. So they're going to be around for a while. And I don't think they should be ashamed that they got out in the quarterfinals. They should hold their head and regroup and come again for other competitions.
I like winning though. I want to win, I don't care. If I'm 20 years old, I want to win, my friend.
You may never get a chance again.
You may not get a chance. Look at Morocco. They went to the semi-final, now they've been dropped out.
In the quarterfinal. Winning for us at the moment means that we have to go across and join Talia and find out what's happening in her neck of the woods.
Oh, from Coral Cliff to Margaritaville, fans are celebrating. Hi, guys. Great. Let's go. Let's go. So tell me now, how you feeling after the match?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, we were looking after for this for long. Yes, and we're so very happy.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, ladies? We saw you celebrating, dancing, cheering along. Tell me how you feeling.
Come on. Happy. Lovely. It's coming home.
Yeah,
definitely coming home. We're in the semi-finals now. There was anxiety for this match because we know how good Norway is with Odegaard and Cole, so we're very happy that we won. England, the best.
The best. All right, there you have it, guys. Not from one single bit today, but everyone. Until next time, my name is Talia. We gotta go back to the studio. All right, bye, guys.
It's coming home. It's coming home. Tell the world.
Who sang that song?
Home. Time to go to a break. Not anymore. So we're back.
It'll come home too now. All right, let's see now. It's coming home. It's coming home. All right, let's see. Guys, I'm gonna take a little break. So give me a minute, okay? Because the time at 6:57, I'm gonna make time for the 8 o'clock game, okay? Thank you, my beautiful senoritas and my senors. Later, adios.